I want to see Fury fight someone, and I want to see Wilder fight someone. AJ gets the world of stick and world of abuse for who he fights.
Okay.
Them two guys fight bus drivers and contract workers and bill workers. Honestly, I'm telling you the truth.
Welcome back to the Most Valuable Player podcast, and today we're back with another episode of Fight Club. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to do a two-part special on the heavyweight division. So how the heavyweight division is at the moment, the landscape, and a few other things that we're going to discuss in part two. So for part one, I've got heavyweight hitter number 1 here, heavyweight hitter number 2 here. So Nayim and Weezy. And today we're going to touch on a few things. I think we're going to start with Usyk. So did anybody see how he got on last night?
Yeah, I watched the fight. It is what it was expected to be. Obviously, with Usyk having his opponent drop out because of taking dodgy controlled substances, they put in a guy who was 38 years old, 39 years old from Philadelphia. Usyk dominated every round. He had to stand out, in my opinion, to get his name into the heavyweights, but I feel like he didn't stand out. I feel like everyone expected him to just weep past this guy, and by 7th round, you know, the guy retired in his chair. So I wasn't all that impressed, to be honest, but I just think that's the level of the opponent. That's why.
Okay. What about yourself? What do you think of Usyk? Like now that he's coming for the big guys. He's already hyped before he's even there. Yeah. What do you think?
From Usyk himself, I think, honestly, I don't know if it's controversial or not, but I think he cleans up the heavyweight division. Ooh. Seriously. Okay. I think technically he's sound. I think everything he does technically, boxing ability and everything, his feet work is amazing. I mean, from last night's fight, his feet work was like... the guy he's about 15 stone. So in terms of that, his power and that, it's not more about power, but his like boxing ability and that. People give Tyson Fury credit, then he's a lot more technical and a lot more... in total finesse side, the finesse side of it is a lot more like skilled than Tyson Fury. So
he is technical, I'll give you that, and his footwork is immaculate. You know, his volume punching and his accuracy and the way he bamboozles you because he was moving stick and move, numerous sort of combinations. But that's a very brave assessment when, you know, you've not put him against any decent heavyweight yet. He was due to fight Takam. Had he fought Takam, I feel like we've got a bit more of an understanding. But he didn't fight Takam because obviously I think Takam pulled out or something. Yeah. I think the only time we'll know when... I don't doubt his talent. It's just him going up a weight class. Is he going to be able to carry his power? And at the same time, in the history of people going from cruiserweight to heavyweight, there's only been 2 successes off the top of my head. And the 2 successes were, one was Evander Holyfield and one was David Haye.
But don't forget, Usyk as an amateur started as a heavyweight.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he actually he trims down to get to cruiserweight.
So you don't think he has any trouble getting up with them big boys, having the size to be able to trouble them, or the speed, because you got a Fury in there who moves like... I'm not going to say Muhammad Ali, but he's one of those guys that moves unlike anyone we've ever seen.
Does Fury have power though? Does he really have power? What's his knockout ratio?
No, that's true. That's true. But nobody catches him, and when you do, you see how he gets up like the Undertaker.
Yeah, it's true.
Straight up. You know.
But you've seen like with Usyk though. You've seen like technically, I think Usyk has got more power in his punches, and he's got more zap than Tyson Fury. And then I know people going about size, but is Wilder not 15 stone as well? Wilder carries the power, I know that.
But he's not.
He's about 15 stone.
Yeah.
So you got to remember as well, though, Usyk is relatively small to these guys. Yeah. He won't be able to assert himself. Like Tyson Fury is 6'7". I'm sure Wilder's 6'4". Usyk's only 6'1", and he's got a similar frame to Dillian White. The fight that I would like to see personally would be Usyk versus Dillian White. I think that would give us more of an understanding.
Yeah, but I think Dillian White would avoid that fight.
I think a lot of people would avoid that fight.
He'd avoid that fight personally, but I personally think in terms of like people going about size, we forget like people like Mike Tyson in his days and his height. Yeah. So Usyk is more skilled, and I think he'll count that. But I've said it from day one when I saw before the Bellew fight, when I saw him in the Muhammad Ali Trophy thing. Yeah. I said from there, that guy goes, when they were saying there's talk of him going to heavyweight, I said it then. It's not like I've said it. He'll clean up the heavyweight in about 2 years.
Well, there's one thing I'm not sure if you guys know. So Andy Ruiz is fighting against Joshua for the rematch. The winner, whoever the winner is, they will have to have 2 mandatory defences. Now, one is against Kubrat Pulev. The other one is against Usyk if he won tonight, which he did, or earlier on this morning. So he did. So now, the logical step for most people would be to take the Pulev fight because you don't want to take a risk of this early.
Yeah.
Who wants to fight him? So he's going to be fighting for a mandatory title next. I mean, did we see him getting the title this quickly? Because that's what's probably going to happen, more than likely.
It's Eddie Hearn, though, isn't it? You've got to that's what it is.
He cleaned up the cruiserweight division in 15, 16 fights.
Yeah.
So he is that good. Yeah, there's no doubt of that.
But the thing is, with the cruiserweight division, it's not as talented. There's not as much talent.
Yeah, but you gotta look at his rise. Okay, fair dues. I see your point there, mate. He fought in everyone's backyard and he won there. You understand?
Yeah.
He's not, like I said, it's not a joke. I just think it's very brave of Weezy to just come out and say, yeah, he's going to clean up in 2 years. Because I don't know. I think there's still quite a lot of effort there in the heavyweight division.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I'm not so 100% set on him. I think he's fantastic and he will do well. Okay. But even the professionals are saying...
But saying that, okay, the professionals will say they won't about that. But you're having a look at it, in the heavyweight division, who's really fought who? Do you know what I mean? It's just like, do you know what I mean? And this guy from cruiserweight to whoever he's fought, he's always fought top elite. So like even the Super Series champion that he did, it was like the top 6 in that division.
Yeah, it was. He fought Gasik, he fought Bredis.
Exactly. So therefore, for me, I just look at him as if, like, say, he don't shy of a challenge. The Tony Bellew fight as well showed that. In that fight, he was probably down a few rounds.
But he took him out.
Yeah, he took him out. And then
he started slow, didn't he? He started slow in that fight.
So for me, I don't know. I mean, you coming back to your question with Joshua and that. You take the Pullet fight, but they're going to find a way around it.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, they'll find a way around it. They always will. You'll always take the Pullet fight because that's the easy
What is for which title is the defense of the mandatory for Usyk? Do you know?
So I think it's WBO is the mandatory for Usyk, and the IBF is the one for the Pullet fight. So yes,
because if it was the IBO, obviously that's not really a recognised belt, barring the WBC.
No, the IBO. No, that's a Mickey Mouse Championship.
So that's what I'm saying. So
in the midst of all these championships, that's one of the.
If they wanted to avoid him, they could just vacate that.
Yeah. No, but this is one of the big.
Do you want to vacate a heavyweight?
People do though, mate, to avoid fighting thingy. Do you know what I mean? So obviously, there's less sort of for you to go up. Like Billy Joe, obviously he was stripped of his, and then he went to super middleweight. But I'm sure
Chris Bank Jr. that really brags about IBO. Really.
It's a Mickey Mouse thing.
This is a heavyweight. People like you, heavy hitters. But no. So we've got Usyk. We see him in the mix. There's some mixed opinions here. So then that brings me on to the next. Then what do you want to see within the next 12 months in the heavyweight division? What fights do you want to see, Weezy?
I want to see Fury fight someone. And I want to see Wilder fight someone. AJ gets the world of stick and world of abuse for who he fights.
Okay.
Them two guys fight bus drivers and contract workers and bin workers. Honestly, I'm telling you the truth. If I said to you two now, honestly, if I said to you two now, name me top 5 fighters that AJ's fought, you can name them off the top of your head. But for the other two, name me, not even 5, name me 3. You'll struggle.
See, okay, I agree with you on the part of
they fought each other. They fought each other.
And then, okay, so you give Fury Wilder. Yeah. And then you give him Klitschko, right?
Yeah.
Klitschko, yeah.
Yeah, you're struggling for the third one now, yeah? And then Wilder. Honestly, Wilder, you give him what? You give him Ortiz and you give him Fury. And then you're struggling
Ortiz is a bit of a 40-year-old, isn't it? So
but it's his best fight, though.
Yeah, and then
Brazil and, yeah.
No.
But at the same time... And you say Anthony Joshua's fought a lot of people. Name me the top 5 he's fought.
The top 5 he's fought?
Yeah.
Alright, so if you want to put Ruiz in there, you can.
Ruiz is not a top 5 thing. Ruiz is very lucky.
But you can put Ruiz in there now. So,
no. That's
alright. So take Ruiz out. You got Parker.
Okay, Parker. Yeah, he was WBO champion.
You got Wilder. Dillian White. Yeah.
White wasn't as big then.
But look at Dillian White. Okay,
now he is. Now, but he wasn't as big then.
That was a risk for him because what you got to remember is AJ wasn't as big as then. Yeah.
That's true. He's right. He's right. I'll give him that. I'll give you White.
What's that? The Russian kid's name?
Povetkin.
Yeah. So like he's had a lot of good fights on his resume. So
I think a lot of the stuff has been cherry picked for him as well.
Yeah, but it's not been. You do know, like he's nearly like Wilder's nearly 50-0.
Yeah. Because like I said, he's for Uber drivers, like you said.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So for me, I don't. All this hype about they always use AJ's name when they say, but I think AJ takes the most risk out of the heavyweights. Like the last 2 guys, Fury's fought.
Yeah, Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, Otto Weiling and he struggled as well with that cut.
I was just going to say, Danny makes a fair point. He did struggle a bit with that cut. He battled through. He made it tougher than it needed to be, and I think that's what maybe Danny's referring to with Ruiz is that. Nobody expected Ruiz to do anything.
Mate, Ruiz was lucky. Ruiz DM'd Hearn and said to him, give me that fight when Baby Miller was dropped. Who's Baby Miller? Nobody knew Baby Miller.
True, but you know if you go onto YouTube and then you type in Ruiz,
the Most Valuable Player podcast,
you'll get this podcast, you will see this. So yeah, make sure you do that.
No, seriously, if you go onto YouTube and you type in Fury and Ruiz, there's a video of Fury saying, whatever you do at all costs, I will avoid Andy Ruiz.
Really?
Honestly, there's a video on YouTube of him saying, whatever you do.
Well, I think he knows that now.
He came
this was about 2 years ago. You're saying he's... Because you got to remember, people talk. He lost to Parker in a close decision.
Yeah.
And that's his only defeat.
Yeah.
So the guy's like, he's quite avoided in the heavyweight division. But that's not making an excuse for Joshua. Joshua just looked ill prepared and he didn't. Like, you know, when he came out, you just looked
something didn't look right. I'm not making an excuse for him.
He underestimated him. He was getting ready for the Baby Miller fight.
Yeah.
This guy comes in last minute. He thinks, you know what, I'll breeze through this guy.
Yeah, because most people that come in last minute, they don't really make much of an impact. It very rarely happens. This guy obviously did. He
fought a hungry Mexican guy.
Yeah, well, that's it. You know what I mean?
Just getting back to your point of what you want to see. Obviously, we've got the rematch between Fury and Wilder happening again. That's one I'm anxious for.
The guy's going WWE, isn't he?
Yeah, that's because he's got a court. He's been banned for 2 months. He's not allowed to fight.
Oh, he's not?
So that's why that's a payday for him.
Yeah, okay.
A clever payday. Mayweather did it, you know what I mean? Muhammad Ali was there with it. Tyson did it, so I can't knock it.
Yeah. So when is that rematch scheduled to happen? Is it February?
That's gonna after Wilder gets through obviously OTs.
November.
Now depending on when they are saying February 2020, but depending when the cut heals and stuff like that, I think.
Yeah, but that's quite a short turnaround, isn't it? November to February.
Yeah, it's confirmed though. It's confirmed, so it will happen.
Yeah, I think that's more than likely to happen. As long as that cut heals, that's more than likely to happen.
Truth be told, I think for me, I want to see the Holy Trinity. I want to see obviously Wilder's fought Fury. I want to see Wilder fight AJ, but I don't think as many people want to see that now. Because at the same time, that Shocker lost to Ruiz. Well, I think they want to see Ruiz against the Fury.
that brings me on to actually the next point as well, is that I'm going to ask you guys, because let's be honest, the biggest fight this year in the heavyweight division is the Ruiz rematch with AJ. So you've obviously got your opinions, but how do you see this rematch going?
I'll tell you, personally, if AJ is prepared, I see him taking him out in about 6 rounds.
You think so?
Yeah, he takes him out in 6 rounds, I think.
I think a loss does something to a man. You can either get very sort of angry and want vengeance, or you can either sort of give up.
Yeah.
Like you.
I think this time I don't think he's underestimated him. But then I see it being a close fight. I don't see it being like you said, a 6-round TKO.
I think he takes him out. I think he takes him out early.
I see it being close.
The first fight, after he knocked him down, he rushed in and then he got hit. That punch was lucky. It hit him round.
But AJ does struggle with shorter guys.
Yeah,
even in the Tekken fight. Obviously, he won that.
Yeah, Parker as well. But I think he's one or two things. He's either gonna, if he doesn't hurt him, he'll take him out anyway.
Yeah.
But then he can do what he did with Parker, where he wins it over 12 rounds. But then what you got to look at it is AJ got knocked out and he got floored like 4 times in that fight.
He did.
So if
he never recomposed himself, innit?
If he wins on points, people are going to be like, do you know what I mean? It's going to be one of them ones where you think.
But what if he doesn't win? What happens to him then? That's the exciting part of it. If AJ doesn't win,
he's got to rebuild. It depends, innit? I mean, that's where you find out his true characters. Because at the end of the day, he's took a risk. He's fought someone, and then if he doesn't win again, then he's just got to rebuild and he's got to go again. If he packs it in, then boxing wasn't really for him.
Well, what is the impact if he doesn't win, Weezy?
If he doesn't win,
if AJ doesn't win this rematch, if he gets knocked out, let's say again.
If he gets knocked out again, in terms of boxing, then a lot of people have lost their paydays, and it's like AJ is sort of the cash cow of that division.
He is.
Yeah, so there's a lot of people and a lot of fighters out there that are riding on AJ to win. So in terms of that, that's one of the impacts. And I think, I don't know, with AJ, it comes across as like someone that's mentally like strong anyway. And I don't think the defeat. Yeah. Like when he lost to Ruiz, he didn't make no excuses. He said he's the champion.
Gave respect. And he said we're going to come back.
Said, I wasn't ready. I hurt my hand. This and that.
No, I like that.
Honestly, so that's what I think. So to me, that shows like he's humble and he's going to come back. And I think he will come back and he probably will rebuild. But I still fancy him to
take him out.
I still fancy him to take him out. And then if Wilder and him ever fight, I think it will be what he beats Wilder.
You think he beats Wilder?
Yeah, he beats Wilder.
What about you, Dan? How do you think this Ruiz fight is going to go?
Like I said, he wins for a close victory, I think. It'll be tough for him. Obviously, it's uncharted territory again. He's not fighting in his backyard like he's used to.
It's in Saudi.
Money talks, innit? You know what I mean? And then from that, I think Fury beats Wilder again. Well, Fury got robbed in the first fight. I genuinely believe that. So Fury beats him again. Hopefully gets the WBC.
So I think Fury gets knocked out, you know.
Really?
Yeah, I think Fury gets knocked out.
Wow.
Do you think Wilder figures that puzzle out?
Like, you got to look at it. Wilder, if I'm Wilder, I'm looking at that fight and I'm thinking, my boxing ability is not really brilliant. My feet work's not brilliant. I can't go toe-to-toe with it. I mean, I can go toe-to-toe with him. That's the only thing I can do.
But I can't
outbox him. So if you're Wilder, you've got to, what you did in rounds like 10 and 11 and 12 is what you've got to do like from round 1 to...
But only 17% of Wilder's punching landed on Tyson Fury.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, but what other...
So how tired is he going to get just swinging for the fences?
No, I'm saying that, but then what... Okay, so if it's a boxing match where it's a chess game...
Yeah. He loses if it's a chess game.
If it's a chess game. So what has Wilder got that can really beat Fury? That's what I'm saying to you. Fury.
I don't think he can. I think Fury's got his number.
So I think he's going to go for that knockout. And this guy, he throws the most awkward, wild, crazy punches. One of them bound to land.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Like that punch that he landed like in the 9th round, or was it 9th or 7th? I can't remember when it got
12th.
The 11th.
There was a knockdown before that. That punch was like, it came out of nowhere where you didn't expect it. And this guy he's like a windmill. It's just like a windmill, just like overwhelms you. So to me, I think genuinely, I don't know, I can't see him outboxing him. So genuinely, I think he goes for that knockout. And if he does land, there's gonna be a round in there where Tyson is gonna be in trouble.
But the thing is, just briefly before we cut, didn't Wilder up until that knockout look quite ordinary to you in that fight?
He looked lost. He looked like...
Because for me, he looked like an average Joe. Like,
he looked lost.
You could have put me in there, or you could have put you in there, or could have put Danny in there.
For me, it was so annoying what Tyson Fury was doing in round 12, like putting his hands behind his back, taunting him, and this and that. And then he got caught with that punch.
But that's how good he is.
Yeah, I know
his
that,
movement is that good.
But if he didn't take that knockdown in round 12, he's the WBC? He's the WBC champion. If he doesn't take that knockdown in round 12, because in America they're saying, oh yeah, okay, so...
It's home advantage.
Yeah, home advantage, and then it's a 2 10-8 rounds that he got there. So then they're saying them took 4 rounds, and then obviously you're going to find 1 or 2 rounds to give him the draw. Like round 1 and 2, and nothing ever happens in round 1 in boxing, really. So for me, I think if Tyson Fury goes in there, boxes smart, and doesn't get hit, or like basically doesn't... Okay, you can get hit, but don't get knocked down.
Even if he does the same tactic he did against Klitschko, when he just hugged him all night and, came in with the 1-2 shots, step back hug, he can still win it.
He can still win it.
Not convincingly, but he can still win it.
But Klitschko didn't really throw anything. This guy is going to throw things.
Because Fury's awkward like that. His movement's that awkward, it throws people off.
Yeah.
That's why.
But I genuinely think Wilder wins the rematch, though.
Yeah.
I'm a Fury fan, but I think Wilder wins the rematch.
Lads, I'm going to have to call it there. I know this is getting a bit heavy, a bit tense.
So much to talk about.
I'm in the middle of this. I don't want to get caught with the left or the right. So I'm going to call it there. Stay safe. I need to stay safe out here. But yeah, thank you very much for tuning in, guys. Please be sure to share, like, comment, and subscribe to our videos. And just one more thing before we leave you. What's the number 1 rule of Fight Club, Danny?
We talk about Fight Club.
That's about it.
Peace.